Good evening, folks. How's everybody doing? All right, so we're back out here at the land. We haven't been out here this week. I came out Monday for a couple hours, but it's been absolutely ridiculously hot out here. But right now, I just wanted to give you guys an update on the house build. So they've got all the footers placed in with the rebar. They got a little bit more work to do. They said they'll finish up the steel work on Tuesday, and then the plumber will come in and run the water lines. The electrician will come in and run the electric to the island where the island's going to be, and then they'll pour the concrete. Start pouring the concrete next week, towards the end of the week. So hopefully that all works out. But man, look at that sunset. God, it's gorgeous out here. I love it. Oh. And we noticed in the last video, I was like getting real close to my face. So I gotta keep my arm out. So I'll definitely try to do better that way. Long week. We've gotten a few things done over last week and coming into today. So neighbor here had this old swing on the other property. She said we could have that. So we went and grabbed that, attached to the beautiful little tree here. So that way we can look out and watch our chickens once they move into their new home. And then she also had this really cool old bird cage that was over in our treasure trove. We pulled that out, painted it up, cleaned it up. This as well. It's going to be a little bird bath we'll put out here. Put some water, clean that up. Get that all nice and pretty. Let's see. So let's talk about the treasure trove. We've done that. We've been over here picking at it for a while now. I think I've even mentioned it once or twice. So we have been going through it. A lot of really cool stuff. Like this old trailer. Still pretty good condition. We just gotta, fix the tires. But that'll be great. There's this cool old homemade gate. All right, there are a lot of planters back here that we're planning on fixing up and repainting, cleaning up. Some yards, so little tricycle planters here. This thing, the kids love it. I don't know why, but they love it. It's a cat planter. I think it's, oh yeah, they got another one right here. So there's a couple cat planters. The kids loved them. I don't know why, but there's some really cool old tractor parts, cement mixer, an old auger. That'll be fantastic. So some Christmas ornaments, some reindeers or reindeer. So we found quite a few cool things out here that we're absolutely going to refurbish and put into use around the yard. So the treasure trove right there has been absolutely fantastic. These tricycle ones are really cute. And again, that's just a wire brush, clean them up, put some Rust-Oleum on them. Ooh, sorry, I think I might have blinded you guys with the sun there. I'm gonna keep working on this fence over here, pulling that out. That's gonna be the project for today, working on that. Ooh, that sun is bright back there, isn't it? So I'm also trying to work on my camera work, making sure that I'm recording everything in landscape, and then keeping the phone away from my face, because like I said, I've got a bad habit of pulling it in close and nobody wants to see that. So this is what I'm gonna work on today. Just pulling out this next string of wire here. All right, so the tripod fell down during the time lapse and then my phone overheated. So I've gotten this first little section done, pull the wire down. I'll roll that up later onto the next piece. All right, so that one seemed to go a little bit easier. Man, it is hot, boy. But it seemed to go a little bit easier because the Most of the wires that were holding the fence to the T-post was just like baling wire or something. And then also Xander had already started taking off some of that stuff. So it was a little bit easier today. But hey, we got it done for today. And then on to the next thing. We'll see you guys. So last week's video has been focusing on a couple specific projects. This one, I wanted to take a second and just kind of update everybody of where we're at with the progress of the property and the homestead in general. So first, the last video clip showed some of the things that we found in the treasure trove. And I wanted to show you guys a couple other things here. So we got these old school wrought iron chairs. There's a set of 4. They're still really good condition. So we painted them up, or we're working on painting everything, get it nice and sexy. So there's the matching table to that. Still got to clean that up. All these mesquite beans. Still got to clean that up. There's a cool little triangle planter stand thing. That one was a nice, cool little find as well. So it was really cool to find all this old stuff that we can still utilize. Just clean it up, make it, you know, make it look new-ish. Also found, well, I don't know if I want to show you that because it's kind of going to give you a spoiler alert, but I'll show you this gate real quick. Pay no attention to what's in the background. So this really cool like garden gate. I'm not sure what they used it for, but still really good condition. We got to clean that up and go from there. So, all right, you talked me into it. So I guess it's about time. I've alluded to it a few times in the past, but this is Fred. So Fred is an old house that was built according to the previous owner, or the seller rather, was built in the 1930s by her grandfather, and it's fallen down. So what we're going to be doing with Fred here is there's actually a really good concrete slab underneath it. We're going to shore up the roof, re-stabilize it, make sure that it's not going to fall apart. So what we want to do is just turn that, lift it right back up onto the concrete about 10 feet in the air, and use it as a pavilion slash gathering area, stuff like that. So that's Fred, and Ethel will be the outdoor kitchen that's attached to Fred. So Fred and Ethel is what the names we came up with, and that's a project for the future, hopefully sooner rather than later. I'm really excited about this one. There was an old door that we're actually going to be putting on to our chicken coop, and I don't know if you saw them a second ago, but here's where the door was, and we went to pick the door up, and there were 2 baby vultures, and there they are way back there underneath that other fallen wall. So we can't really do anything with Fred until they move out. He's talking to the game warden and the local bird rescue sanctuaries. They've all instructed us to leave them alone. They are protected. They said we could try to like shoo them out without harming them, but I figured just live and let be. Let them grow up. When they're ready to move out, they'll move out. And then we can get to work cleaning all this stuff up, figuring out what we can use, what we can't use, and then start working on lifting Fred up. So, I mean, it's going to be right under these beautiful oak trees here. They built it in an absolutely beautiful spot to begin with. So yeah, once we get this thing put back together, man, that's super exciting. I'm really hoping that we can do that. We've got a number of friends and family, all with construction backgrounds and stuff like that, that can give me pointers, and if they've got time, hopefully they can come out and help. We're also able to pull out a couple of really cool old French doors. So obviously we got to clean these up, but the glass is still good. Most of the framing is still pretty good. There's not a lot of rot in there. These cool little old doorknobs. That's cool. So, and this is some really cool old windows. A lot of them are, they need to be resealed, recocked, but again, not a lot of rot in those. There's a whole stack of them over there. Unfortunately, the rest of them were either broken, even more rotted, so on and so forth. We're not going to be able to utilize those. The biggest update for this week, guys, we got a foundation. They poured the concrete yesterday morning. I wanted to come out here and film some of it, but unfortunately, when I contacted them yesterday morning to see what time they were going to pour, it was around 8 o'clock when I sent that message, and the response was, "Oh, sorry, boss. We poured that concrete at 5:30 this morning." I was like, "Oh my goodness!" So they came out super early yesterday morning, poured the concrete, spent the day smoothing it out, leveling it out, breaking off all the forms. So right now I'm sitting on what's going to be our back deck or front deck right here with this oak tree directly in the backyard. I'll trim it up, I'll clean it up so we can see through it, because we wanted to be able to see the meadow from our patio. So again, I'll clean up all this stuff, get rid of that fence, clean up those trees over there so we can have a shot out to the meadow. And again, sit here and just enjoy life, man, Also, guys, this past week, I hung this gate up here in the front. So again, if you guys remember the very first video when I was battling the cactus to get that little portion of fence out, we found these H's, these metal welded H's out there. So we rehomed them out here in the front. Again, this is all temporary. Eventually, at some, we'll have them build the correct infrastructure here to support a 20-foot gate. This one's only 13.5, so there's a little bit of gap here, but again, it's all temporary. All right, hope you guys all have a blessed day, and we'll see you guys next time.